Hello, hello. I'm Duncan Bell from T3. This is Spencer Hart, also from T3. We are the lifestyle team from T3. And this week we are talking about what is going to be big in 2016.
Yep.
We're now well into 2016. 2015 is but a distant memory. So yeah, we're setting the agenda for the year here. So Spencer, tell me what is going to be big in 2016 for you?
For me, I'm excited about self-driving cars.
Is that going to happen in 2016?
Maybe not completely autonomous. You're not going to be going around the centre of London with pedestrians walking out in front of cars and they're going to be braking automatically. But I think maybe going along the motorway, all that's going to become a lot more autonomous. We've already seen it with the Tesla Model S and their autopilot mode. Other manufacturers are starting to catch up. I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to take the edge off longer journeys, which is always
longer
nice,
journeys such as your lengthy commute.
Yes.
From the middle of nowhere to London every day.
Yes.
Great news. I think there'll be a lot of interesting car technology this year. I think like actually CarPlay and Android Auto, now it feels like they've been around for ages, they're actually appearing in cars.
Yeah, lots of different manufacturers announced that at CES, didn't they?
And also I think dash cams.
Dash cams.
This year. The dash cam is not the most glamorous of things, but I think we'll be seeing a lot of them on people's dashes. Recording, basically because it's good for insurance.
Yeah.
It enables you to prove that it was the other idiot's fault, and not you. Internet of Things is going to be more of a thing, and I think people are going to start getting more used to, because I've actually started doing this, using things like Siri and Google voice activation to talk to their homes.
I use that with my Xbox a lot. I walk into the room, I say Xbox on and it turns my television on and my Xbox. And now when I walk into a room without an Xbox, I have
You're
to...
lost.
I have to, I just don't know what to do.
It's like, oh my God, what do all these switches do? Yeah, I mean, I kind of turn my lights up and down with it. That's my party piece. Got somebody over, trying to impress somebody on a hot date, and be like, hey Siri, dim my lights.
It's business time.
So I think, hopefully there'll be more interesting things that one can instruct Siri to do than dim the lights.
Wearables as well. Obviously,
wearables. I think wearables.
2015 was a good year for wearables.
It was a good year, and I think maybe this year will be in more of a holding pattern. But maybe you have a different view, Spence.
Think about the products we're going to see. We're going to see the Fitbit Blaze that was announced at CES, the kind of smartwatch come fitness tracker device. That should be a big seller, shouldn't it?
I think hopefully with wearables, they're going to become off the back of things like the Tag Heuer watch, things like Fossil and Guess and established watch brands getting into wearables. There's going to be a wider choice and they're going to be more attractive to look at. Because I mean, the main thing you can say about the Fitbit Blaze is it's much more attractive than other Fitbits have been. You can kind of quibble about its feature set, but it does look like something you wouldn't be necessarily unhappy to wear.
You know, there's also the Apple Watch 2. Do you think there's a chance of seeing that this year?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Apple, you would assume, would put out an Apple Watch 2 just because generally they put out a new thing every year. If they do, there probably are a lot of things that they need to get right with Apple Watch 2 they didn't get right with Apple Watch 1 or didn't quite develop with Apple Watch 1. In fact, Apple this year, what they put out should be quite interesting across the board because iPhones, again, they've been pretty much, well, phones in general to be fair, pretty much on a level. Is the iPhone 7, is it going to take a kind of radically different design approach? Is it, like, what can it do?
Well, they're saying it's going to get thinner, isn't it? It's going to lose the headphone jack.
Yeah, like both of those things would really piss me off, actually. So neither of those things are big. I would actually prefer phones to literally be bigger in 2016. Where they stop being obsessed with trying to make it so thin that you can practically put the things in your wallet and start concentrate on having longer battery life.
They are looking at new technologies for battery life, which would be good. There's solid state batteries that use aluminium instead of like the liquid.
You're getting too technical for me there. But yeah, better battery technology, larger batteries, I don't know, whatever means at these people's disposal, if we can have longer battery life as a result of it, I think we'd all be happy with that.
Yeah. So also in 2016, we're both looking forward to seeing more 4K content on our 4K televisions, aren't we?
If I had a 4K television, I would definitely be looking to... Yeah, I mean, 4K TVs, they're quite well established now. There hasn't been a lot to watch.
No.
So yeah, it will be good to see more content in 4K. I'd almost over and above that, seeing really good quality content in 4K and just more kind of good content in general. The way that Netflix and to an extent Amazon Prime have sort of revolutionised the delivery of programs that people talk about by delivering entire series, things like Making a Murderer, things like Transparent.
House of Cards.
House of Cards, yeah. They don't just have very good delivery services, both in terms of streaming in HD and 4K, but they're also making groundbreaking television programs.
At CES, there are a number of 4K Blu-ray players. So for people with bad internet connections, who might not be able to stream from Netflix and Amazon Instant Video, that'll make watching 4K content a lot easier
for
them.
movies in particular. Being able to just put in a disc and watch 4K movies, which do obviously benefit the most from the extra definition. I think that'd be great.
And finally, of course, there's VR, isn't there? It's been a long time coming. We talked about it last year at CES. Oculus Rift and HTC have been developing it all this year, and this year you're going to be able to buy it, aren't you?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think there's any question that this year will be massive for VR. What would be interesting to see whether it does actually cross over into being a massive consumer thing as opposed to being a massive thing that people are interested in. And I think the jury is maybe a little bit out on that. And like whether 2017 will be the year of VR, I think very much remains to be seen. But it's going to be very exciting seeing whether people can come up with applications for VR that people want to use every day in their lives, so it becomes more than just a novelty thing and more than just a gaming accessory. So 2016 should be an exciting year in tech in many ways, and T3 Tells It will be here to tell you all about it in the coming months. So do join us. Thanks very much for watching, thanks for liking and subscribing, and see you next week.